This is a case of Vaught v. Lindsey.
Thank you, Ron. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Ms. Vaught, you say your ex-boyfriend, Mr. Lindsey, abruptly ended your relationship due to paternity doubts. But today, you want to prove he is your daughter Shelby's dad.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lindsey, you say the plaintiff, Ms. Vaught, has committed paternity fraud. You claim she deceived you into believing that you fathered her daughter, but today plan to prove you are not her father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Additionally, you are countersuing for a lie detector test to determine the extent of Ms. Vaught's infidelities. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Vaught, well, the stakes are pretty high today.
Yes, they are, Your Honor.
Explain.
I wouldn't place a baby on someone that I didn't know, like didn't believe was her father. You get what I'm saying? I have 2 previous kids before him, and my children both have the same father. And if I felt in my heart that he wasn't the father, or if it was a second guess of him being a father, I would have told him from the door.
What was the nature of your relationship?
We were good. Like, he was my best friend at the beginning. Our relationship started going south because he felt like she wasn't his due to something hearsay.
What happened, Mr. Lindsey? She says you all were good friends. Were you in a relationship? Were you just dating, or were you committed?
No, we was good friends. We was in a relationship. Everything was going good. Today, I feel like she too friendly. She too friendly to me, man. She too friendly.
Too friendly?
Too friendly.
Everybody, her cousin,
Your
her
Honor,
brother.
he has a
it's
nerve.
like that.
Oh, too friendly with different guys.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay. How long were you all seeing each other?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Sleeping together without protection?
Yes, we were.
For
All
2.5
the time.
years?
All the time.
We was on and off for 2.5 years. She not telling the truth. We was on and off
No,
for
he
2.5
went away
years.
for 6 months of the 2.5 years.
And we still was on and off, Your Honor. When we first met, everything was going good. We was doing good. Then little stuff started popping up with her.
What popped up?
Her talking to people. Some stuff popped up in her.
She can't have a conversation, Mr. Lindsey?
She can have a
Your Honor,
conversation.
he talks.
But how many conversations you gonna have with Mel?
So I want to know specifically, what was it about these conversations that troubled you?
All right, we're gonna start off with this one. Somebody was in her, I don't know what they call it, her little Instagram. I guess they was supposed to be knocking on the window. How somebody knocking on your window when you supposed to be talking to me?
So wait a minute now. You said somebody that was on her Instagram was knocking on her window.
That's what the message said.
What did it say?
It said, I'm gonna be at knock on the right window. She was telling the person knock on the right window.
And
to the address to her house.
Oh, so she was giving somebody her address and telling them to knock on the window.
Yeah, basically
and you
sound
saw
like a booty
this.
calling me.
that right there, that has nothing, honestly, to do with it, because we weren't even really talking in that nature at that time. So for him to throw that up, because we really began being serious in about March of 2014. So he's talking about something when he was away in New Haven. That's what he's talking about, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Lindsey, besides her on Instagram and you see her telling somebody to knock on the window, what else?
She told me the baby wasn't mine. So what I'm supposed to do?
And that's, Your Honor, I said that out of anger, because for him to say, because he would say to me, Your Honor, oh, I don't feel that's my baby. I don't feel that's my baby. Why would you say that when I'm loyal to you? And I have been 110% with you. I don't lie to this man about nothing. And if I felt Shelby was not his, I would have told him. Honestly.
And Ms. Vaught, I have to tell you, like I tell every other young woman in this courtroom, once you ring the bell, you can't unring it.
And I understand
Once
that.
you say that, it's a statement that even if you take back, they can't forget it. It automatically creates doubt.
Okay, Your Honor, so if he says that's not his daughter, for me to continuously kick him out of my house, is that an issue? Because I'm not going to have you sit around here.
If the dates don't add up, how is my daughter?
The dates add up. I know the day I got pregnant because it was New Year's Eve.
Mr. Lindsey, what are you saying? The dates don't add up.
The dates don't add up. If the baby was conceived in September, that would mean December, February, we would have had to be together. We wasn't together on them days.
And
what is that, Mr. Lindsey?
This is a calendar right here.
Ron, will you hand that to me, please?
To show you that the dates don't add up. It don't make sense to me.
Your Honor, please.
You have a calendar here, sir?
Yes, he went over and above.
Show me what it is.
I never seen him play with a tablet for the sake of my life. But now he got a tablet all of a sudden.
You see where it say December and January? I was away. I wasn't. We live in different towns. I wasn't even in the same town.
You were away
I get
in
back
when?
February. She talked about she pregnant. How
He
did
was
I add
away in
up? Add the
December,
months.
if
I'm
December-
not.
So you're
I'm not that
saying
good at math. I'm not
if you
math.
count
shit,
back
but
9 months,
I know better.
your contention is that she conceived somewhere in the December-ish area,
And New Year's Eve is December.
and you were away with your family out of town for 2 months.
Exactly.
And you didn't get back to town, and you all didn't get back together till February. So you feel
Exactly.
like the conception doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up.
I know my body. I know when I was pregnant. I'm not gonna lie to this man. At the end of the day, we were together New Year's Eve of 2014, bringing it in. I just got out of work, bought some alcohol, and I came home and we had passionate love making. So I don't
With
see
who?
how.
With
What you
who?
mean with who? Your Honor.
You assert that you all were together
Yes,
New Year's
Your-
Eve.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so that would have been December 31st. That would have been within the window of time.
Exactly.
And so, Mr. Lindsey, you're saying that's incorrect, that you were not with her?
I was not there. I don't know if she got me confused with somebody.
And you see,
but I
that's
was not
disrespectful
there.
right there. Because if we was
All right.
together 2.5 years, how could you open your mouth and say something like that?
And that hurts your
And
feelings.
it does, because I love this man, and he know I love him. So for him to act like that to me right now, if you felt like that, you could have walked and did your business. You're not chained to be with me. So my thing is, if you felt like that, you should have let that be expressed. Don't sit around wasting my time, wasting my love and energy on you.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I'm a daddy's girl at heart. So why would I want my daughter not to know her father? And my thing is, I'm gonna be a woman about it. If I was cheating on you and I thought she wasn't your baby, listen, Mr.
But
Lindsey.
you ain't told me you
Mr.
cheated
Lindsey.
on me. You ain't told me. I don't know.
No, I
girls
said-
go through hormones and stuff when they pregnant.
Pregnancy,
and stuff.
pregnancy.
I don't know if she just be saying it just to be saying.
And I said I cheated on you? And when I was
told me,
pregnant?
man, I'm gonna go cheat on you
Oh,
today.
because he cheats on me, Your Honor. Let's be real.
Look.
When you go tit for tat,
And he goes worse. than
you
tit for
end
tat.
up in a
He's not telling
situation
his
where
tit
you
for
Your
don't
Honor.
trust one another. So all of this mistrust, it just fuels the doubt.
tat. It does.
It's just
Honor.
growing and growing, because he's sitting there, he's dead serious. He's just like, I don't know if it's my child.
And if he didn't know, Your Honor, my thing is, why you stay around so long? Like, why build a relationship with me, making it seem like, oh, we're just gonna be this happy family? Like,
But I never agreed to that.
You never
Like,
agreed.
I
Like,
agreed
it's
to
so
that.
crazy,
Listen,
Your Honor,
Your
that
Honor.
Mr. Lindsey here, now he never agreed
Yeah,
to
Your
nothing.
Honor.
So I'm sitting here lying in front of you
Your Honor,
just to
if
make
the kid
myself
is
look
mine-
good.
Well,
Honor.
let's
kid
talk
mom-
about the lying. Let's talk about the lying, because Mr. Lindsey requested in his countersuit a lie detector test, because he's convinced that you were lying about other infidelities.
And Your Honor, he's doing that from hearsay.
We have
honestly.
administered that test, and I have the results. Ron, may I have the envelope? Thank you. Ms. Vaught, you met with a licensed polygraph examiner.
Yes.
Before I read these lie detector results, what do you believe we will find out?
The truth?
The truth.
That's all it is. That's what the point of the test was for, to tell the truth.
Ms. Vaught, you were asked, did you have sexual contact with the man who sent you an Instagram message about which window to knock on? You said no. The lie detector determined you were being deceptive.
What does that mean? That I
mean
was
you was
lying?
lying.
Not telling the truth.
I was lying?
That's what that means, deceptive.
Okay,
You was
Your
lying.
Honor.
Ms. Vaught, you were asked, did you have sexual contact with the man who sent you messages calling you sexy and boo? You said no. The lie detector determined you were being deceptive. So
Your
you
Honor, I know I
failed
ain't
both
lying.
questions of the lie detector test,
That's
Ms.
a
Vaught.
lie, Your Honor. I know I didn't cheat on this man, because I feel like this, Your Honor. I give Shelby nothing but respect in everything, in every way. I don't treat this man no type of way. He feels like that because of
I got
something
the
somebody
results. I
said.
got no more to say. The
You got the
results speak-
results?
The results speak for itself. Unless you argue with the lie detector, man.
I feel like you're doing this because you wanted to make it seem like I'm this bad person to you.
You make it seem like that. I didn't take the lie
Mr.
detector
Lindsey,
test and fail.
Mr. Lindsey, but he won't submit to one. Why won't he submit to one?
I'm not certain that Mr. Lindsey would pass a lie detector test either, Ms. Vaught.
Thank you,
The
Your Honor.
Listen.
Your Honor,
Thank
how
you,
you
Your
do that?
Honor.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
I
you.
have my own opinion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I believe that.
Thank
I
you,
am
Your
not
Honor.
certain you would pass
You
a
wouldn't,
lie
and
detector
that's why
test.
he wouldn't take
What
it,
I
Your
am
Honor.
certain of is his infidelities, unfortunately, have no bearing on the paternity as it relates to
You're
little
right.
Shelby.
You're right.
That's why we keep focusing, and that's why he asked those questions, because he wanted to see, were you involved with or sleeping with
And
anyone else
and
during
Your
that
Honor,
time?
I never slept with anyone. And he knows that. I told him
How
when
I
it
know
came
that? The
out.
lie detector
I told
just
him,
said
Your
something
Honor.
different, man.
I told him. Okay, we were cool.
Now I
it
really
was
got
nothing.
doubt the time. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on now.
Did you have sexual contact with either one of these gentlemen? You
No,
failed
I
both.
had no
you
type of
failed
sex-
both answers.
I never had no type of sexual contact. That's what I'm saying. Look at my beautiful baby. How could he sit there and deny her? She's everything of him, from the head to the nose. All she has is me, is my cheeks. Everything. A family member just the other day said, oh, she has a gap like somebody in the family. If he felt, Your Honor, that Shelby wasn't his, why would you give her your name? Why would you sign the birth certificate? Your Honor, when I was in labor, he was at work, okay? He ran 10 blocks up the street, made sure he stopped at the gift store to get me a balloon teddy
That's
bear and
just
a
me being
flower.
a good guy, though.
Okay, being a
That's
good
just
guy.
me being a good guy.
That's being a
Shit.
good guy.
But
but
wait
you
a
just
minute,
said you
Mr.
don't-
Lindsey.
Nah,
Answer.
she called-
No, wait a
She
minute.
hungry.
Thank
She
you.
called me
Wait a
hungry
minute,
and
wait a
I still
minute.
bring her something to eat. That don't mean nothing.
No,
But
I'm gonna have to agree with Ms. Vaught. I mean, if you have a child and you don't know the child's yours, you don't stop by for the teddy bear, the balloons, and the flowers.
And no
I'm not
flowers.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
If
She
you
got
felt like
game.
she wasn't
was
your baby,
sweet
Your
talking.
Honor,
She
if
persuaded
he
me into
felt like
thinking that
she
the baby
wasn't
was
his,
mine. Matter of fact,
why would you
she
sit there
persuaded
and
me into
embrace
giving the
Okay,
baby my
one
name.
at a time.
She persuaded me into giving the baby my name, and right now I
persuaded
got a
him?
petition to change the name if that's not my child. May I get
Let
this
me
to him,
see that,
please?
Ron.
You was just so articulate now. He is just so into everything. Your Honor.
Never seen
Your
that.
Honor. This
He's
is
bringing out all
good
the
to me.
stops
I
in
like
court
this, 'cause
today.
when the results come out that he's her father, I would love for him to keep this up so we could build and get better, because I love him. Because I love him. Because I love him. No doubt in my mind. I want to be with him,
Said,
Your Honor.
keep this up.
Your Honor,
This is
I love him.
professional.
I want to be, and you know what I mean, because
I do.
Being from where we from, being in that area, people mistake you as a criminal, a hoodlum, and he's not that. I know the potential, because I love this man. I would still want to be with him. I hope this will make him realize I'm always going to be here, and I love you. And when it comes out that she's his daughter, we can work it out, because there's no reason I don't want to be with him.
So this petition he presented is basically a request to change Shelby's name if in fact she's not his biological child. He wants his name Lindsey off of the
Shelby
birth
too.
certificate.
Don't forget Shelby.
Okay, excuse me, Your Honor. Her name
Oh,
is
that's your name
Her
too.
middle name is Renee, right? Your Honor. Every female in his family has Renee as their middle name. So if you really felt like it wasn't your daughter, why would you give her that?
No matter what, if it ain't mine, I don't want her with my name.
I'm
If that's the case, we
110%.
could've
So
got
what
DNA
the
at
issue
hospital.
is-
And if that was the-
Hold on. The issue is this. The issue is there's absolutely no trust.
Oh, from the
You don't
door.
believe anything he's saying.
I don't.
He don't believe anything you're
definitely don't.
saying. And the truth is, I want to know where you stand. She says she loved you. How do you feel, Mr. Lindsey? Are you willing to work on the relationship if, in fact, Shelby is your biological daughter? Or are you ready to walk away if she is not?
I want to raise my daughter with her mother at the end of the day. So if Shelby my daughter, we could attempt, but it's just, we got to gain a little trust or something, because right now, it ain't working. You see, we
And
just went
if
through,
she's not your biological daughter, then what?
we're gonna have to go our ways and get out of each other's life. If she not my daughter, why would I stay?
All right, then that means the stakes are higher than ever.
I respect that.
I'm ready
but
for the results.
Let's go.
Ma'am.
Thank you. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Vaught versus Lindsey, when it comes to 9-month-old Shelby Lindsey, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Lindsey, You are the father.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm so happy. Can I have that, please? Can I have that?
Oh, you
Yes,
want to put this
because-
up in the house?
Yep, I sure am.
You gonna put this on the refrigerator?
Every family member.
I can only imagine what it feels like.
It
For
hurt.
9 months, you have
It
a
hurt.
beautiful baby,
It
and
hurt.
people are questioning you, questioning the baby. The father won't be fully attached. Constant arguments. It is stressful enough having a new baby, but having a new baby with the stress of everyone doubting you and the father of the child denying that the child is his, that's a lot. You two obviously love one another, but you don't trust one another. Now, if you want to climb up out of that, you got to do the work. And that's getting back to the basics. The basics in relationship: communication, trust, respect, commitment. Now, we have counseling and resources for you all, and I want you to take advantage of it and figure out how you're going to work this out. No, you don't have to be together, but I think both of you really want to try. But you got to get those chips off of your shoulder, and you've got to be willing to be vulnerable, and you've got to be willing to start over. Are you willing to start over?
Yes.
Are you willing to start over?
I'm willing to try.
That's all we need. That's a beginning. The fact that you know for certain you have this beautiful little girl.
Beautiful.
She loves you both and she's counting on you both. Start there. And there's no limit to where you can go. All right, I wish you the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.